We are on our way to our first Spanish wedding. Got the invite. It's a 70-degree day here in Valencia. Just got out of the subway, the metro, and we're walking to where the party bus is now. The wedding venue was located in an orange grove just outside of Valencia city in Spain. Valencia, in addition to being world famous for its oranges, is the third largest city in Spain. It's an absolutely gorgeous city I highly recommend visiting. Valencia has history, beaches, parks, and mountains, not to mention the Fallas Festival, but that's a story for a different video. Getting to the wedding venue, the ceremony was held in an area surrounded by orange groves, and the building where the reception was held was very Spanish, very beautiful, and reminded me of a Spanish church. As the wedding got started, the bride arrived accompanied by many shouts of "Guapa, guapa," which translates to English as beautiful, and she was indeed the star of the show. I have to say, the guests at the wedding dressed very fashionably, and it's always interesting to see styles across countries. A lot of the men, for example, had bow ties, suspenders, and I even spotted at least one pocket square. Meanwhile, it wasn't uncommon to see a woman with an elaborate hat. People dressed with a lot of color too, which made everything seem more festive. Then we grabbed some rice to throw at the bride and groom before heading to the hors d'oeuvres area. The other guests couldn't have been friendlier. Most of them didn't speak any English, or at least very little English, and I speak very little Spanish, but still they were trying every which way to communicate with me and to make me feel welcomed at the wedding, getting me drinks and even offering to roll me cigarettes, which I declined. And of course, no Spanish party would be complete without some good jamón sliced thin. Inside, the venue was covered in large windows that let in lots of natural sunlight and looked out on the orange groves. It really made it feel like the party was out in nature, inside the orange grove, rather than in some building. Then, the bride and groom made their entrance and everyone went wild, waving napkins. It was a video game themed wedding, so there was lots of references to Super Mario and other video game characters. Actually, the table I was sitting at had a number of friends of the groom who he had met on Xbox Live or PlayStation, and they came to the wedding all the way from Andalusia in the south of Spain. And even though we didn't speak the same language at all, we got very friendly and started ordering Baileys in our cafes after dinner. It was a great time. Everyone swarmed the dance floor, and a dinosaur actually took the lead. I still don't know who was in the dinosaur suit. As the night went on and the alcohol flowed, the dance floor got more exuberant and people loosened up even more. And the great part about dancing is that it's a universal language, so I didn't have to speak Spanish to have fun with everyone at the wedding. Eventually, it was late and it was time to head home, but I have to say, I had a blast at that wedding in Valencia, so let me just say, muchas gracias to the bride and groom for inviting me.